The following review is going to be on Studio Series number 93, Autobot Hot Rod from Transformers The Last Night. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today doing one of my new favorite characters. This is from Transformers The Last Night, Studio Series Deluxe Autobot Hot Rod, number 93. There is Hot Rod in his robot form. You see Transformers Generations, Karatomi, and there is the Last Night logo. Autobot Hot Rod is a deluxe class. There's Hot Rod in his face. There's more of his face and his hands. It says Transformers Authentic. Autobot Hot Rod, London Escape. It is officially licensed Lamborghini and 26 steps. And Hot Rod diverts the authorities as Bumblebee races to the Royal Navy Submarine Museum, and the backdrop included. All right, let's crack this guy open and see what we've got. Now, here's everything he came with. Now, first I want to talk about the actual cardboard he was strapped to. You can see he was strapped right here. His gun was over here, and it is the same scene as the Studio Series backdrop, which is pretty cool. And Hasbro didn't have to, reprint this design twice, but they spent the extra money and did the ink. And we're glad they did. Next is the instruction booklet. Let's see. Autobot Hot Rod, Transformers The Last Night, Transformers Studio Series 93. And basically, his gun goes in his hand. You can't stick it anywhere on the body. And then when he's in car mode, you could stick him in the back of the car. And that's about it. Here's his time stop gun. Pretty cool. This time they got some blue highlights in it, and it is molded in blackish brown, I guess you'd call it. And it's a pretty neat gun. So there's the gun. And here's the backdrop we'll take a better look at. And is the London scene. So you got a London police car. You got some car wrecks. You got some explosions. You got another police car. Pretty cool. Transformers The Last Night, number 93. And we'll just take Hot Rod and stick them there. I don't know who actually, you imagine the room somebody must have to put these things together. It's cool they do that, but no really practical purpose. And now for the main event. This is Hot Rod with the French accent, which I did not like. One of the two things I'll never forgive Michael Bay for, making Bumblebee not talk and having Hot Rod with a French accent. But he does have a cool face. They did hark back to the original orange. So he's got blue eyes. He's got an orange face. He's got a little gunmetal gray up there, I guess it is. Going down the chest, you've got the front of the car with the orange highlights. You got pretty cool chest midsection detail right there. Pretty cool waist. You go down the legs. You got more of that orange highlights for the car, more orange. Orange the tip of the feet. The arms. Let's see, you got more orange down there, and the wheels just hang off. I mean, my only gripe would probably be how much of the arms stick off, but other than that, this guy is a nice figure. You got more of that alien-looking feet. What I like about the Studio Series is the arms aren't so square like they are in the new ones, like the Legacy. In the back, not much backpack at all. Just the way his doors hang off, which is movie accurate. You got his tires back here, which is not that bad. On all, I've heard some people call him a mini masterpiece, and some reviewers are like, he's okay. I think he's great. I love this figure. It is so much better than the old Hot Rod we had. In the hands, they look more realistic than the other ones. But, I mean, look at the detail on this. They got different colors here. Let's zoom in for some of the detail. There are the hands. Closed fist. I mean, look at the... no Autobot symbol. Where is there an Autobot symbol on him? You know what? I haven't seen one auto. Maybe when we get him in car mode, we'll look for an Autobot symbol. But you think you'd have one like right here or, here. But, oh well. Let's go through articulation. The head is on a ball joint. Very stiff. He goes up and down some. It goes all the way around. His arm does a 360. Goes out all the way. Now it bends at the upper bicep. And he's got 90-degree elbow. So he doesn't bend at the elbow. He bends at the bicep, which is usually one of the two. No wrist. Oh, he does have wrist movement. Wow. 360 degrees wrist movement. Waist is 360 degrees for transformation. Other hand, same way. I didn't even know about the... Cool. I just got this figure in like 2 nights ago, and I'm doing a review on him. Let's see. Kick 90 forward, 90 back. He does the whole split. They started doing these mushroom pegs at the upper leg, which is pretty cool. If you move the wheel out of the way, let's see. If you move the wheel out of the way, he does do a 90 degrees. And his foot, well, not really. It's on a 360 degrees. It's on a peg, but you can't do no ankle tilted, just the way the car transforms. But, oh, and the other thing is these little things in the back. These are friction hinges, and they pop off to everybody. They're part of the exhaust. And they do pop off a lot. And it's just a matter of getting them in. And they'll probably pop off when we transform them. So, but we'll deal with that later. So let's stand them up. Let's pose them. Pretty good. And I guess he is movie accurate. The wings stay out here. You got much of a backpack. The wheels just hang out like that. How do they have the wheels? You can't really see them here, so they go straight out. I know when you transform, yeah, like that. So let's get them. And my guy's legs are a little flimsy, and there goes that other piece again. But here is a hot rod. He stole it, minus the posability on him, and these little pieces. He is still heads and tails over the other hot rod. Now let's do some robot-to-robot comparisons. First comparison is going to be the Last Night Deluxe. And this was the Walmart special. This was the only figure they released of him. And you could see the chest is totally different. The arms are different. This was a remold of Lockdown as a Lamborghini. And this guy is night and day above it. Now the colors are a little muted on here. Here they're more glossy, and here they're more red instead of orange. So I think the orange is more accurate to the character in the movie. But as you can see, which one's obviously better the studio series is. I mean, this didn't even look like him in the in the figure. So when you got him, it's like that's Hot Rod. But that was in the Walmart. And then they brought, this was a remold of the World War II Bumblebee movie. And just they named this one Hot Rod. They gave him the same time gun. And you could see the face on it. And this is just a horrible mold too. And then we're going to bring in his fellow Last Night character. This is Cogman. Now this is the original Cogman, not the studio series. It's the same figure but different colors. But this was the original one that was hard to get. So he's a little taller than Hot Rod, but this was a Last Night figure. This was Drift, I believe, in Dark of the Moon, just to show you some movie figures. This was Optimus Prime in The Last Night. That's how those guys, I don't think they were ever seen on screen together. Maybe at the end. And now we're going to do the Hot Rod family. So, this was the original G1 Hot Rod. This was the Target Master version. And then you had the Generations Hot Rod. And then you had the Titans Return Hot Rod as a headmaster. And this is the quintessential Studio Series Hot Rod. And now that is Hot Rod in the Studio Series. And these two figures I think are my favorite now as Hot Rods go. This guy is movie perfect, and so is this guy. So I don't mind this being the movie representation of Hot Rod. I mean, they still kept the orange. I just wish they maybe would have kept the spoiler on him. But as far as some of the other figures go, I would take this as a Hot Rod figure any day of the week. Why? Because I am Rodimusbill. And so these are the two Hot Rod figures that are the most screen accurate. Alright, now to transform him. First thing we'll do is remove his gun. And we'll take his head and we'll just turn it around to face the other way. Get his arms out of the way. Now we'll work on the feet. Now, the feet, what you do is you turn the feet inwards and then turn this wheel 90 degrees so you get this nice smooth shape. Then the foot, what you want to do is these things pop up. What you want to do is flip the foot up and flip this is how they go in robot mode. But you want to flip this down, and these flip off all the time. And then you want to move this, you'll see it'll collapse right in here. So right there, it collapses in. And as you do that, you rotate them. And then this snaps into there. And the spoiler goes up here. Now this piece, I think if it doesn't go on now, there you go. And that goes like that if it stayed on. Other foot. Again, turn his whole leg inward and then rotate the wheel out. Flip this up and flip this up. Now we're going to collapse this in. So this plastic will collapse into that. And then this whole thing moves, and then we rotate this and we snap that in. And then we can just snap this together. So these pieces are the worst pieces to this figure. If it pops out again, we'll just worry about it at the end. So, yeah, it's not going to work. So then you want to rotate the whole waist 180. Now we're going to work on the top of Hot Rod. So you come back here. What you want to do is these flaps, you want to fold these out, and get here. You want to separate this and turn it a little, and these fold out. So you want to take this piece, get these out of the way. This piece will rotate all the way around, and then once you got them here, you can take this little piece and rotate that out. Take this little piece, rotate that out, and finish rotating this to the back and push that down. And then once that gets done, you got two tabs there. Everything locks together. And now that's for the car. And then this, you got little tabs there. You got a tab there and a tab here. So you just want to tab that in, tab it under there. And now we got the back of the car. So the front now. Here's what we do with the front. You want to come to the chest and split these apart as far as you can. And then you come underneath here. His abdomen flips out. And then you fold these out. And then what you want to do is you got to split these again to clear the head. And once you get that, you can take this whole piece and rotate it around like that. And so now basically you get the top of the car. And then the arms, this little, you got a hinge right here. You want to hinge these in. And what you want to do is you want to tab this in here and this little tab in there. So you want to tab the arms in. And once you get it, it'll go in pretty good. Once you get it lined up, like that side's lined up. And then this side, again, you bring the arm down. And then you want to tab it here and here, especially this big tab right here. So you want to tab that in. Tab that in. There. And let's just make sure the back's all tabbed in. So, we're almost done. Next, you got a little tab right there. And then you got a little hole right here. So, you switch this in, you rotate this in, it'll go in the hole, and you got a little tab up front, which will go like that. And let's see, let's tab them all together. So this side is tabbed in good. Now the other side, one of these side I always had a problem with that little tab not lining up with that hole. So you want to rotate this in, find that hole and tab, and it's right there. And as you can see, everything is nice tabbed in tight right there. I'll just tab I'll make the back a little more better. Everything is tabbed in. Oops, this little piece ain't tabbed in. Everything gets a little slot and tabbed in. But, so once you get everything lined up, he does tab in pretty good. And I believe that is it. And now Hot Rod is all done. Now, first you'll notice the Lamborghini is not as good as the last night's original one, which we'll show you. But you got the orange underneath the front of the car right here. The orange goes underneath the doors. It's cool. You got red for the brake lights back here. You got trying to focus on this. You got, looks like exhaust pipes right there. You got two exhaust pipes. Let's see, you got the door handles. You got some nice little paneling here. You got the orange, and very complicated. I can see it. His legs all fold up, his arms, his shoulders around in. So you do nothing with the hands, which is very rare for nowadays. But there's the head, side backwards. But all in all, he's got good wheels, and you don't see the mushroom pegs on the wheels, which is pretty good. They roll. I mean, he's very, very nice. Kind of wish they would have had darker windows, glass, so you don't see all this robot stuff. Again, you know, you could see through the car with the windows. You know, there's the engine compartment, I guess. More windows. Spoiler looks good. Everything about this car, he's a pretty cool Lamborghini. And he rolls pretty good. Maybe not on my cardboard. And now when you look at the gun, there is, where is that? Oh, there's the tab right there. So what you want to do is you got two tabs back here. So you can just put the gun right in here, and he doesn't look too bad. Not too shabby on that side, and you can do it on the other side, but there you go. That doesn't look as good on that side, but you can still do the option. And that is Hot Rod from the Last Night Studio Series number 93. And I like him. He looks pretty good. Robot mode, I think they nailed it. Car mode, now this has to be a licensed Lamborghini, so I think they nailed the car mode pretty good. Let's see, now let's do some car-to-car comparisons. And our first vehicle comparison, of course, is going to be the Last Night Deluxe Hot Rod. You know, if I had to do this review again, I should have done it on a whiteboard. But anyway, here's the two hot rods together. Now, which vehicle mode do I like the best? Actually, the old one. I like that shiny black, but I think it's more. And look at the Lamborghini logos. Look at the logos. That's a real Lamborghini logo, and this other one's not. But I mean, yeah, they're basically the same car. This hot rod has the spoiler, and this one doesn't. But as you can see, they got the same spinal design in the back. You know, the same, like this little arrowhead right here. They do share the same qualities. I mean, because it is a licensed Lamborghini product. But I think overall, this is the better hot rod. I mean, night and day over this clunky dude. But that's what they look like together. Here is the World War II hot rod. It was a cash grab. They just redid Bumblebee a little, and they could sell it as hot rod. Looked like I got this at Ollie's for like $10. I didn't spend that much money on it. And then we're going to do some movie comparisons. So this is Drift and Hot Rod. I tried to find my crosshairs, but I couldn't find it. But I'm glad I got Cogman because they're in the same movie together. Now, scale-wise, I think this guy is a little... I mean, look at the size door. Scale-wise, they're a little off. And this isn't a studio series, but they did do a studio series, and they just recolored him and reissued him. But I think this guy could have been... I know they're trying to go for scale, and for the most part, they go pretty close. But to get these guys accurate in robot mode... Alright, and then we'll do Optimus Prime Voyager. And this is one of the better primes in both molds. There you go. So that's Prime and Hot Rod. Now for what y'all been waiting for. Alright. G1 Hot Rod. Target Master Hot Rod. I do have the G1 figure, but this guy was closer. So there is, I mean, they kept the orange. I mean, nothing alike, because this guy is a futuristic car that doesn't exist, and this is a Lamborghini. But if you were gonna, you know, if they were to do Hot Rod into today's, like, the Bumblebee verse movies, I would rather see the color scheme very similar, and maybe with the spoiler and the flame design back. But that's G1. This is the, I think, Generations 1. Forgot the name of this is. And they actually do a sell-on kit where this guy becomes Rodimus. Actually, my original one was broken, and I bought a new one at a like Comic-Con toy sale or something. So one of these days I'm going to do a review on this guy. And a Titans Return Hot Rod. You know, so... And then... here is my favorite hot rod. So now these are my two favorite hot rods. Let me tell you, as a kid, did I ever think we were going to get these? No way. But these are like perfection, I think. I mean, it is just what I've always wanted. Hot Rod's always been my favorite character, hence the Rodimusbill channel. But all in all... I like them. I'm very glad they redid it. You know, the old Walmart exclusive. See, sometimes they try for one mold to be perfect at the disadvantage of the other mold. And this, I think they nailed both molds down. All right, so as always, what I do on my channel is I always start as they're packaged. Most reviewers will do this mode to robot mode and not back, which does you a disservice because there's always one mold or one way that is harder than the other one. So I always try to do both. So let's do Hot Rod back into robot mode and finish this review. And also, if there's a link below to buy this guy on Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainer Earth, or any of that stuff, feel free to click through the links and purchase them. All right, now let's transform him back. Now, first we're going to do is unlock the front wheels. This guy, there you go. So you got to lift up on the hood to release that tab and pull that out. And then what we're going to do is get the arms separate from the door. So we'll get the arms separate from the wings, and now we'll just move the arms out of the way, and those are done. This will lift up, and we'll fold these in. We'll lift up, fold these in, and we'll work on the feet. So we're going to separate the feet. We're going to lift, actually, you know what? Let's lift this up. Rotate it, fold this in, and now we're going to work on the legs. So, rotate 360 degrees so the waist is facing the front. And then these fold down, and then they fold this way, and they go in like that. This flips up, this flips up. Turn the leg a quarter, and then let's turn this back. So one leg is done. Now the other leg, I love how this is on a double joint. So it goes down, then it goes in, and then it goes out like that. And then this will pop up, and then this will pop up like that. And then the wheel turns. So what you got is the wheel should be on the side like that. And these are just pain in the neck right here. Okay, now we're going to work on the top. So what you want to do is flip this up and then rotate it like this. So as we rotate this down, we're going to fold these in. And this is going to form his abdomen, like this. Now let's move the arms up as far as we can to fold this down, and then take these, squeeze these forward, and we're going to take the head, turn the head around, and sometimes there. All right, we're almost there. So make sure the arms are all the way up like this. Fold this down so the arms are on this swing joint. So make sure these are all the way up and you fold these down. So now the abdomen will lock in, and then you can just move these back here. You know, make sure these are still folded in like so. Let's see, straighten them out. And he is all done. Again, these pieces, my one gripe about these is these pieces right here. I don't think the pegs aren't big enough in here to fit in these holes. And it just pops in and it pops right out. But besides that, I mean, I don't even mind this much kibble on the arms because it's accurate. You know, I love the wings right here. Yeah, I don't mind them. Let's see. It's hard to pose this guy, though, with the legs. But all in all, that is Hot Rod leaps and bounds above the original Walmart exclusive figure. See, and I don't even know if they do movie lines anymore. Lately, it's all studio series. I mean, this was the last. I don't even know if they're going to go back to doing movie series or not. Oh, and he snaps in. Oh, there we go. Much better. All right, so that is it for Hot Rod. And that is the last time I'm going to use a French accent for this guy ever again. I give this guy a 10 out of 10. He is just a size for the heel spurs. This guy is perfect. Hot Rod's always been my favorite figure. Now, if they can just bring in the original Hot Rod into the new movie verse and maybe become Rodimus one day, and then my dreams would come true. But other than that, please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications for my next video. Not only do Transformers, but we do DC, Marvel. Right now, it's Christmas 2022. I'm doing a Guardians of the Galaxy Advent calendar. Every day I do my reveal. So like, subscribe, and as Hot Rod must said, Autobots, transform and roll out till all are one, till all are one.